This is Montgomery Mosaic on 1450 WOL, WPRS, HD2, and worldwide on WOLDCnews.com. Montgomery Mosaic features topics of interest to Montgomery County residents, businesses, and visitors. Here now is your host, Deborah Milo.
Good morning, Montgomery County, and welcome to Montgomery Mosaic. I'm your host, Brian Roberts. Deborah Milo's off today, and thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Hope you're having a great day so far. Today we're going to talk about what's happening at downtown Silver Spring, and I'd like to welcome two guests. Elizabeth Galaresi, Director of the Silver Spring Art and Entertainment District.
Hi.
Did I just give you a promotion? I think I did.
You did.
Congratulations.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right. And also with Elizabeth, we have Eric Raj, who's the operations manager of the Civic Spring Civic Building and Veterans Plaza. How you doing, Eric?
Hey, couldn't be a better morning so far.
All right. So I didn't promote you, but I didn't demote you either. So I hope that's okay.
Perfect.
With you. So, Elizabeth, let's start with you and tell us a little bit about the Silver Spring Arts and Entertainment District. It's rather large and a lot going on.
It is pretty large. So an arts and entertainment district is a designation by the state of Maryland. But basically all it is that it means that there is an absolute ton of theaters and arts venues and things to see and do in Silver Spring, so that there's a concentration of entertainment and arts within one location. So basically all it's telling you is you should be coming to Silver Spring all the time because there's something good to do.
Okay, fantastic. So, well, tell us about some of those great things to do. I know that, so many different investments have been made in the community over the last several years. The Fillmore's here. There's a new library. The transit center is open. There's lots and lots of stuff going on, but there's even more going on in the district. Tell us about it.
That's right. The district has over 500 events a year, and a lot of those are free festivals that we have on Veterans Plaza and in various locations in downtown Silver Spring. And also Fillmore, AFI, Majestic, Maryland Youth Ballet, Black Box Theater, Highwood Theater. There's just an absolute plethora of things that you can choose to do downtown. And if you go on the silverspringdowntown.com website, which is the county's website in Silver Spring, you can always see on the homepage a rotating list of things to do every single day. There's something else that you can look into. And also on that site, it has cool features where you can take a public art walk, or you can look for free things to do with your family, or there's something that's like a date night in Silver Spring, which gives you a list of first dates in Silver Spring that you can go on. For example, there's a planetarium at Montgomery College. I think most people don't know that. So if you're real into science, we give you some suggestions about that. Normally, if I'm going on a date in Silver Spring, I generally pick the AFI because I don't like the pressure of having to talk to someone for that many hours. But I think Eric's single. What's your favorite date thing in Silver Spring, Eric?
Oh, just walking around in Silver Spring. I mean, the energy in Silver Spring, the lights, the people. It's like a mini Times Square, if you will. Anytime you come to downtown Silver Spring. I'd be remiss not to talk about the food as well. There's a lot of diversity in the food that we have in Silver Spring. So, any night you could see me eating Italian, and the next night I might be having Ethiopian food. So, I mean, we have, everything in downtown Silver Spring to make, even if you didn't plan your night, an amazing night.
So you talked a little bit about silverspringdowntown.com. What other resources are there available for people to look for activities?
Besides going on the homepage and seeing the calendar of event and the little list of things to do, you can pick different pages where you can go and see all the historical sites in Silver Spring, and they give you little photos and descriptions of it, so you can go on a tour of that. You can search and just go to theaters and entertainment venues or different attractions or entertainment around. I think there's a lot of hidden stuff in Silver Spring that people don't necessarily know about.
For example?
Like in the Discovery Lobby, there is an art piece which is called Eureka by George Rhodes, and it's basically one of those kind of Rube Goldberg machines that go bing, bong, bing, and just all that neat stuff. And there's a huge dinosaur skeleton in the Discovery Lobby. His name is Stan the dinosaur. We have a wave pool over at NOAA, which mimics a coastline in Massachusetts. There's a bunch of, I think, random little gems of Silver Spring that people don't think about, and when they're thinking about like the Fun Fountain or Veterans Plaza or things like that.
Okay. So talk a little more about. So I'm thinking of if I had kids with me, what kind of activities would I have to bring little kids to?
Well, the best thing is probably the free stuff. I mean, I would imagine for most parents. And the Silver Spring Library has a ton of free things. As a matter of fact, they've got a program this weekend which is called Read to a Dog, where like little kids can practice their reading skills when they're reading to different animals and things like that. I mean, they also have like games that are going on and free programs all the time. And on Veterans Plaza and in downtown Silver Spring, there's the fountain you can play in, or there is a festival almost every single weekend of the summer, if I'm remembering correctly, right, Eric?
It's every weekend of the summer. So speaking of festivals, just this weekend that's coming up, we have Fest Africa, which is a 2-day festival, and you're going to see some top performing artists from around the country and even the world. I know one of the artists was integral in one of Beyonce's hit songs, and so you're going to see a lot of like really top tier artists this weekend. There's also the AFI Silver Screen Friday outdoor movie nights that start this weekend as well, and that's a family-friendly event, and so that's free to folks to come out, and we see kids on the plaza all the time. It's almost like a playground quite a bit. You see kids come out there with balls and scooters, parents having a blast, catching up, meeting new people, and it's a safe environment. So I think that's one of the biggest things for the parents. They can come, and it's a one-stop shop in downtown Silver Spring. They can get food and have a good time at a low cost, and also see and meet new people. And so, you can't beat that.
I think the free films coming up for AFI in the Plaza are Back to the Future and also Harry Potter.
Yeah, and it's actually the next 4 weekends too. So if you already had plans for this Friday, you can catch it the following Friday and the Friday after that, and one other Friday. So. You won't be disappointed coming to downtown Silver Spring when you do.
That's fantastic. Now, one kids event I was aware of was the Makers Fair, and we hear a lot of people trying to steer kids towards STEM, science and technology, math, engineering, those kinds of things. But then I heard something that's changed. What's going on with the Makers Fair?
The content hasn't changed. They've changed the name of it. It's called Kid Fest this year. So actually that particular weekend in Silver Spring, Kid Fest is going to be on Sunday, September 24th. But the day before, the county has another festival on September 23rd, which is the Pan-African Fest. So that whole weekend, there's like great fun, free things to do with the family. But the Kid Fest, that is an awesome festival because it is very hands-on. And basically like you can take your kids and go, and it's educational, but it is fun educational, so that you can like take apart computers and make things out of it. There's robots that are on display that you can play with and learn to drive and things like that. Sometimes we have like hover boards that you can ride that are made like out of trash cans and big blowing things. So there's really they have typical kind of festival food and entertainment and things like that, but the real wonder of it is all the inventions that you see and the fact that you can do something at almost every booth for free. And some of them are crafty, like, felting wool, like learning how to make wool. And some of it are more technical.
So you say invention. So there are people or companies that come to the fair to talk about, or Kids Fest now.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, right now there is an open call so that if you are an inventor at all, you can go on kidfest.org and submit an application to come and have a booth at the fair. If you're an individual maker, it's free for you to do that, and it's to show off what you have done and then kind of teach people a part of how to do it, so that there is a fun hands-on element for the audience while you're showing off like this cool thing that you made. And it's basically just encouraging people to be innovative, so that if you need one of those things to raise your dog bowl or something, that you are making it yourself rather than buying it.
That's really fantastic. Well, I just want to let you know to thank you for listening to Montgomery Mosaic on Talk Radio 1450 WOL. I'm Brian Roberts, and today I'm talking to Elizabeth Galaresi, the Silver Spring Art and Entertainment District Coordinator, and Eric Rash, Operations Manager of the Silver Spring Civic Building and Veterans Plaza. So we've talked about kids, we've talked about singles and date night. Let's talk more about some of these art walks and where they are and what they exhibit and what they're all about.
Sure. So we have over 50 pieces of public art in downtown Silver Spring. And on silverspringdowntown.com, you can basically go on and see photos of each of them, find out information about the kind of history of it and the artist's intent. And also on there, you can also find out information because there is an audio version of the walking tour, too, if you prefer to download an app for that. But it has a mapping feature so that you can see exactly where there are. And pretty much almost every block in the A&E district has public art, outside parking garages, on sides of building. Montgomery County has a very cool thing through the planning department, which is called a public art amenity, so that if you want to, for example, build your building higher, then you need to give something back to the community, and one of the options for that is public art. And because the developers take advantage of that, we really have a lot of public art in downtown Silver Spring or Wheaton or Bethesda.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we've already we've got a lot of activity going on outside of what the county does. So, Eric, what's going on at the Silver Spring Civic Center?
That's a great question, Brian. What's not going on is a better one. Silver Spring is really the region's hub, and the Civic Building is the community's hub for activities. A few things that I just want to mention. The Civic Building is the large event venue that is adjacent to Veterans Plaza, which a lot of folks know about as well, which is an outdoor public open square. And on that public open square called Veterans Plaza, there's a few things that we're looking forward to. One, the festivals that we talked about that are coming up. Just a couple other festivals that are getting a lot of traction and interest is I Love Bachata Music Festival. We have the Panafest. We have the Harvest Moon Festival and Arts and Crafts Festival. So there's a bunch of that going on. There's live music every Tuesday, Wednesday night. We have some dance demos that are taking place. And then in the colder months, we have the outdoor ice skating rink, which will open in October. So that's right around the corner as well. And if you haven't been to Veterans Plaza, also check out the memorials. And the memorials that we have on Veterans Plaza are really fascinating to look at and understand the history.
Well, thanks. We're going to take a short break and come back to talk more about the exciting things going on at the Civic Building. So don't go away. Back to talk more about the exciting things going on at the Civic Building. So don't go away.
Washington, D.C.'s News Talk, 1450 AM WOL and 95.9 FM.
Good morning. This WOL traffic and weather update brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. 295, pretty slow both ways right now. Northbound from Pennsylvania Avenue to East Capitol Street, southbound from Burroughs Avenue down to East Capitol Street. It was a water main break. Route 1 between Sunnyside Avenue, Montgomery Road. Look for police direction there. New York Avenue inbound is pretty slow from South Dakota Avenue as you enter the district. down toward Bladensburg Road, and after that, the usual into northwest down past Brentwood Parkway. Buzz driving is drunk driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Now your WOL weather forecast. Sunny to partly cloudy today, a high near 83 degrees. Clear overnight tonight down to 65. Tomorrow, a sunny day and a high near 83. Steve Hirschhorn for 1450 AM and 95.9 FM. WOL, where information is power.
All right, welcome back to Montgomery Mosaic on Talk Radio 1450 WOL. I'm Brian Roberts, and today I have the pleasure of talking to Elizabeth Gallaresi, the Silver Spring Art and Entertainment District Coordinator, and Eric Rash, Operations Manager of the Silver Spring Civic Building and Veterans Plaza. And, of course, we're talking about downtown Silver Spring. So you touched on it on the food options a little earlier. Everybody knows, I would think by now, that it's a great food destination, but the options keep changing. So can you talk a little bit more about what you're going to find here?
Well, yeah, you'll find food from around the world, which a lot of places you just can't find, and it's authentic. And that's probably one of the most important aspects of the food that you have here. There's other restaurants maybe that say they're going to make Jamaican food or Salvadorian food, but it's missing that authentic touch, but not in Silver Spring. In Silver Spring, you're going to get the real authentic flavors, spices, seasoning that is missing in other areas. So there's people that actually travel near and far just to come out here to have that authentic taste. You'll see a lot of people nowadays posting on Instagram or Snapchat their food before they're eating it, because it not only does it taste amazing, but it also looks amazing. So it's something that's going on quite a bit.
I used to know the exact number, but we have between 200 and 300 restaurants in Silver Spring, I believe, and a very high concentration of Ethiopian restaurants. There are 23, 24 of them in downtown Silver Spring, so a lot of options for that. And American food, good night places like Urban Butcher, that's pretty cool at nighttime.
Yeah, I heard he won the award for the best, chef in the state of Maryland recently.
Yeah, we got great options.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we have a lot of great things going on down here.
Okay, so now you're coming from all over. You've got your basic urban density. How do you park?
Well, fortunately, there are a lot of county garages in downtown Silver Spring, which are free on the weekends. So you're never actually very far from a parking garage. And if you go on the Silver Spring downtown site, it will actually map you to specific garages around downtown. So that's pretty easy. But the Silver Spring Metro is right there, so you can always travel in on the red line. And the kind of core of everything is within walking distance from the Metro.
And I've found also that a lot of people are biking here. If you live close by, you're biking, you're walking. I mean, that's a huge push that we're having in the county, which is also just to make everything walkability. And from my understanding, I think that we have like a rating of 98% walkability, which is just, an amazing number. And in fact, I even walked to the studio today, so...
and if you don't want to walk or bike and you're just lazy, there's something called the Van Gogh Shuttle, which will take you around downtown Silver Spring for free between different bus stops. So that's a lovely option for you.
All right. Fantastic. So now I'm well fed. I got a good parking space. I can stay for a while. Let's talk about the music options. Beyond the Fillmore is kind of the showcase, but what else is going on?
One, I think we can't understress the Fillmore. It's one of the most beautiful music venues in the area, and people really come from all over to it. And I think a lot of people have come to Silver Spring specifically for the Fillmore, and they have a ton of famous acts every year. But besides that, because of all the free events, there's also lots of free music downtown. There's a lot of restaurants that have music, like McGinty's and various restaurants that have bands that play in the evening. And we have the Silver Spring Jazz Festival coming up on September 9th, so that It's open to families with children, of course, but generally we get a adult and older crowd for the Silver Spring Jazz Festival. Marcus Johnson, who is from Silver Spring, who's a famous jazz musician, is one of the founding partners of that, and he plays every year. This year we have the Lautizer Band coming in, a lot of Latin and Cuban jazz, the Jazz Academy of Music, which Paul Carr is an award-winning jazz musician for the state of Maryland. He teaches students to play at one of the middle schools in Silver Spring, and they play, and they are amazingly good. That doesn't actually sound like kids playing music.
That's I've heard them before. They're quite good. And the concert series is still going on, isn't it, Eric?
Oh, yeah, it is. And, we have tons of live music options on the plaza. I would say come out any Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night for something that's scheduled. And putting a little emphasis on that, because we have buskers that are in downtown Silver Spring, better known as street performers, all throughout downtown Silver Spring. So you're going to see some amazing acts from jazz, playing trumpets, different horns, drums, and you'll see even, beatboxers or break dancers. I mean, some of the things that, if you live in a major city, you might take for granted, but, to be in Montgomery County and to travel 15, 20 minutes to come and check this out, you're going to be in a whole other world. And just having the time of your life.
And also on Ellsworth, on the shopping center plaza, they have over 200 events a year. So they have DJs on Friday night. They have Zumba classes. They have free yoga on the plaza. That's right next to the fountain. So definitely a lot of stuff going on there too.
Well, based on what you're saying, Silver Spring is a major city. I think we have to correct the record on that. We talk a little bit about the shopping options. While we're at it, you mentioned many of the ethnic foods that are available. I know many of these are small businesses. You talked about the Ethiopian community, which is very active here, and I frequented some of those businesses myself. Can you talk more about that aspect of Silver Spring's character?
Well, I would like to, say that during the festival season, you're going to see unique items from around the world that you just can't find anywhere else. So just, check out our festival guide for all the different festivals. I know we have a unique arts and crafts festival that's coming up on October 22nd that will also have that. And then when you, if you don't make it down here to the festivals and you want to check out some of the mom and pop shops that also are around, you can go to Silver Spring Village and different areas right within walking distance from what people know as downtown Silver Spring. And I would encourage folks to get out there. I found some of the most interesting and cool items at those mom and pop shops that you wouldn't even know they're necessarily a storefront at first, but you're welcome and encouraged to go inside because you'll meet people and see things that you're going to definitely find interesting.
I think Denizens Brewery on the 13th has a craft festival coming up also. But we have a lot of little individual kind of art stores. There's Potter's Violins, which is the old Blair Mansion that they've moved into there. There's Plaza Art Supplies. I think also there's a lot of record stores, like old kind of vinyl record stores in Silver Spring. There's Joe's. You can go to Bump and Grind, which is actually a cafe where they have live stuff going on, but they have a whole record selection, so you can pick selections of records to listen to while you're having your hot chocolate, which I hear is wonderful there. So there's a lot of neat little hidden gems in Silver Spring. Plus, of course, there's kind of the main shopping areas that you can go to Ulta or DSW. I like both of those. But a lot of little marketplaces along Georgia Avenue and individual family-owned stores.
It's great that you can come to Silver Spring and get away from, if that's the right term, all the different chains. You can actually go and meet local merchants who are actually running their own shop, not somebody else's. So I like that aspect of it too.
Yeah, and the different parts of the Arts and Entertainment District, which is the boundaries of the urban district, like Fenton Village, it's a very different character than Ellsworth Drive, and so within the A&E district, there's kind of different aspects of things that you can be looking for.
All right,
I'll would just like to mention, who does a really great job of putting out different things is Visit Montgomery. And if you go to their website, the Conference and Tourism site for Montgomery County, you'll also see stuff where it will say, this is a date night, and it will give you the top 4 things you should do in Silver Spring. So
yeah, but we have the top 10 things you can do on a date night on Silver Spring Downtown.
There's more than top 4, top 10. I know that. But it's just giving folks an idea, definitely, to check it out.
So before we go, let's make sure everybody's got the right websites to go to find more information, because we've only tapped the surface here today.
Well, I would say, and when I didn't get to talk too much about this, but the Silver Spring Civic Building is really, it's a conference venue, political hub, the center of international business, including fashion shows, launch parties, and incubators. And for folks that want to have personal celebrations like weddings, bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras, birthday parties, graduations, check it out. And you can just simply Google Montgomery County Government. Under there, it's community use of public facilities, and under there, it's Silver Spring Civic Building and Veterans Plaza. So you'll be able to actually rent, and we call it permit, the Civic Building for your event. I would encourage you to go to that website. We have fantastic staff there, Mindy, Justin, Paola, other staff as well that really want to make your event the place to be. And also, I just want to say, come out to the Betty Mae Kramer Gallery. It's a free art space in the Civic Building, open Monday through Friday. So,
Elizabeth, anything? SilverSpringDowntown.com and
that's the county site in Silver Spring, so SilverSpringDowntown.com, and also Eric's right. Visit Montgomery has stuff for across the county that you can do.
All right, fantastic. Well, I'm afraid that's all the time that we have today. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Eric, for your time. Appreciate it. And thank you for listening. And don't forget to tune in again next month for another edition of Montgomery Mosaic on 1450 WOL and WPRS HD2 and worldwide on WOLDCnews.com. Till next time, be good to yourself and others. And remember, any time is a great time to have a good time in Silver Spring.
You've been listening to Montgomery Mosaic, featuring topics of interest to Montgomery County residents, businesses, and visitors. For more information or a copy of the show, email public information at montgomerymd.gov or call 240-777-6507. Be sure to tune in at this time on the second Wednesday every month for Montgomery Mosaic on 1450 WOL, WPRS, HD2, and worldwide on WOLDCnews.com.